So, guys, Dark. Let's talk. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be reviewing and discussing the third and final season in one of the best shows to come from Netflix, the sci-fi show Dark. So, if you haven't watched even a single minute of the show called Dark, which, mind you, is absolutely phenomenal, absolutely amazing, just everything about it is perfect, I suggest you go watch. Basically, what the show is about, it sort of follows like, at least season one, sort of follows like the first episode is like, Stranger Things. We have like a young child who goes missing, and then like all of the people in the community are like, oh my god, like where's the child? Where did he go? How did he just disappear? How did he vanish? And then as the story unfolds, you find out how everyone in the small town is just connected, and this person is cheating on that person, and this person is hiding a deep dark secret, and this person works at the nuclear power station, and there's some shady business going on at the nuclear power station, and then there's time travel. That's the only spoilery thing that I'm going to tell you, that there's time travel. And bitch, if you have not watched season 3 of Dark, maybe you should just go. Maybe you should just go spend, just spend the whole day binging the 8 episodes of amazingness of season 3. If you haven't watched any of Dark, spend 3 days max just binging from season 1 to season 2 to season 3, and like just reveling in the amazingness of that show. I'm gonna let you go, and then when you're done, you can come back and then we can discuss together, and it can be so good. But for now, go non-spoilery people. Bye. Okay, so if you have stayed, that means that you have watched season 3 of Dark. You have, taken in all of the revelations, all of the secrets. You know about, the third world. You know about how Claudia Tiedemann is the baddest bitch to ever fucking do it. You know that Adam went batshit, and you know how he went batshit. If you're still here and you haven't watched Dark season 3, then I just spoiled it for you. And that's on you, babes. That's on you. So, yesterday I recorded, my initial reactions, and, well, perfect trilogy. Just like, I'm still processing everything. Like, my emotions are like all over the place, you guys. I have no words, truly and honestly. Like, guys, like, it was just such a perfect trilogy. It was so, so good. It was like everything from foreshadowing to story to plot to writing to characterization to acting to directing to cinematography. It's just Academy Award. Truly and honestly, you guys, like, I have no words. I'm a wreck. The ending, I might just dive right into the ending, and because the ending was just so beautiful. And then when you see, Jonas and Martha in like the time world, Jonah looks at Martha's younger self, and then, Martha looks at Jonas's younger self, and then like, they save the day, like everything is, hunky dory, and then they start like, going Thanos dying and like disintegrating, and then Jonas is like, you and I were meant for each other, like never believe anything else. And then you realize that like they were like meant for each other, like they were like, it was fate, and it was like everything was just like they were meant for each other, like from day one, from the get-go. And I just, I just
I'm actually tearing up because my God, like it's just like they were meant for each other, like from the beginning, and like even like Adam and Eve, and like how they started Thanos dying and disintegrating, and like they held hands even in death. I wish that like the middle aged like Adam and Eve like could do the same, because it would like, but then it's still symbolic, like the young Martha and Jonas, and like the old Martha and Jonas, or Adam and Eve, like it was like that full circle, and it just came together, bitch. And it was just like so fucking beautiful. Um, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop now because I'm getting into my feels. Child, look, guys, Dark is just so fucking good. Okay, like, oh my God.
I was a mess yesterday. I actually finished it today, 2 a.m. And I was a mess. I was a wreck, as you have seen. I was bawling my eyes out because there's just so much to discuss, and I don't think I'll get through everything, but I'm gonna try. So yeah, we open the season with, the other world. We know that there's like a second world now. Sorry, it's so funny. Being in the second world was absolutely so fucking hilarious. You are seeing the things that are different, but the things that are also the same. Ulrich, regardless of which world you're in, is still a cheating asshole. Like, I mean, he was cheating in like, in our world, like our original world, with like the one Jonas is from. He was cheating then, But like in Martha's world, my boy took it to a whole new level. He cheated on Katarina and then like, married Hannah, who is still so unhinged in this other world. She's still so unhinged. Are you fucking kidding me? Married Hannah, and she got preggers, and and then he cheated on Hannah and went to Charlotte. I was like, surely this man is has lost the plot. He's lost the plot. Like, are you kidding me? And then Vulla, his arm is missing in the other world, and I was like, the biggest like mystery that is unsolved in Dark, like the entirety of the show, is what the fuck happened to Vulla's eye? What the fuck happened? At the dinner table in the final episode, like the final scene, he was about to tell us, and then there was a fucking blackout, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Right now. Can we talk about the casting? Child, casting in this show is impeccable, immaculate, chef's fucking kiss. I'm gonna put some pictures up here to show you like the younger version and the older version of the characters. Like, the thing is, right, you don't even need the characters to sort of like introduce themselves as to like, oh yeah, I'm Martha, who's like the older version. You know that, oh fuck, that bitch is Martha. You just know. The minute I saw younger Peter, I was like, that's Peter. You can just tell by just looking at them that is younger Peter. Oh my God, are you kidding me? You guys, you can just tell that, oh my gosh, like that's Hannah, that's Katarina. Like, you don't even need these characters to like speak. You just know that Bartos, like old version of Bartos is like, bitch. Can we talk about Bartos and how like he was sitting next to Celia, and she was giving birth, and then Celia was like, oh yeah, like I have always liked the name Hano. And like, Bartos is like, what? And then the second child is Agnes. I was like, wait, girl, what? No fucking ways. Episode 7 was... Season 2, we saw how everything, like the behind the scenes that led up to Mikhail/Michael's suicide. But in episode 7, we see the behind the scenes of everything, bitch. We go back to 1888, and then Dark was like, okay, I'm gonna show you how everything led to this point. And it was so good. I didn't like rewatch season 1 and season 2 because I was like, oh girl, like I don't have time. I just want to watch season 3. We watched episode 7, and oh my God, like how everything is just like going, like how everything was just laid out perfectly, how we go from 1888 and then everything is just lining up right to like 2017, 2019, 2021. Oh my god. And then we get to like, you know, the apocalypse and how everything was just like going in that cycle. Like that episode just refocused and recentered everything, and you're like, oh my god, like it makes sense. Like, oh my god, like. So I think we should just like skip right to the end and the final episode, and then I know I'm moving back and forth, but there's just so much.
Claudia Tiedemann is the bitch she knows she is.
She is that girl. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I love that woman so much. So like when Adam looks at Claudia and Adam's like, wait girl, you talking about a third world? I was like, hold up, okay, hold up, girl, not another world. But then like when I finished that episode, I was like, wait, like, and then I thought back about how everything just, it made sense. Like, and then I went onto Twitter and I saw how the foreshadowing was there for like another world. I mean, like in season 2, when Martha's like, hey girl, it's not about what time, it's about which world. I was like, okay, so basically we must assume that there are multiple realities in this universe. That's fine, that's okay, that's cool. Like by the end of season 2 and you starting season 3, you've already suspended your disbelief that, you know what, there's probably a bazillion other realities existing out there. But then like when the explanation is given, and like the way that Claudia explains how, you know, the entire knot was created, it's mind-blowing, but it also makes so much sense. Like I had to rewatch that scene, not because I wasn't understanding, but because I was just in awe at the explanation that she was giving. I was like, oh my god, like it makes so much fucking sense. Like I love that so much. Another thing that I really loved was about how like the love of a parent was what created the knot, and the love of a parent was essentially what broke and ended the knot. Just like, I feel like many parents would definitely like break the laws of physics, break time itself, just to bring back a loved one. And like it's so beautiful because like he created time travel to bring, he essentially brought back his son and his daughter-in-law and granddaughter without even realizing that he actually did it, that he actually created time travel to essentially bring back his child. Claudia's love for Regina is essentially what ended the knot, and like just that whole circle, just everything came together so fucking beautifully. Okay, so you saw how I was a wreck because I was crying because of how beautiful it was when, you know, like when Jonas looks at Martha and he's like, you and I are perfect for each other, never believe anything else. And like as they're Thanos dying and they're disintegrating, they hold hands, and you see like Adam and Eve also holding hands in death, and it's like that circle, guys, that arc, that completion, that circle, it's the circle. And it's sad that like the middle-aged Martha and, you know, Jonas didn't hold hands so that it can be like, oh my god, like all 3 generations like they're together. But like it was still so beautiful how like, you know, the younger 2 and the older 2 were, you know, together in death, and how it's like that just that circular, that completion of the cycle was so masterful, so brilliant, so good. So an aside, but in season 2, when Bartos is like, hey guys, have you heard about the legend of, you know, the lady who drowned in the lake? Apparently when the water's clear, you can see her red dress. Bartos was talking about Katarina. You telling me that Katarina's mom, like her own mother, killed her daughter? Like, everything was answered. There was an answer to everything in the season. And like even the smallest of details, like things that you wouldn't have thought would be like, you know, would just be in a throwaway, be an aside. There was an answer to that. this show, the very ending of the show was planned from the beginning. That is how you create a fucking good trilogy. Like, I'm not saying that you should have all of the answers from the get-go, but like, you can see the thought and the planning and everything that went into the show was just so masterful. The cinematography, the production, the score was so good. Something about the music made you scared, but at the same time you wanted to carry on watching. Even like not only the score, but even the soundtracks were just so amazing. The direction, the acting in the show was so good. Are you kidding me? Everything about the show was so good. And then we saw Noah. Guys, like, I don't know about you, right? But in season 2, especially season 2, whenever I saw Noah, I'd always be like, I am looking respectfully.
I am looking intensely. I am looking.
And then when, like, you know, Noah goes to Elizabeth and Noah's like, you know, after Charlotte has been taken by Elizabeth and Charlotte, Noah's like, I will find her. I will bring Charlotte back to us. That is a promise. The way that he said it, I was like, it's sad because you know what happens to him and like he didn't have to die and oh my god. After season 2 and especially after season 3, like that's the thing, like season 3 sort of like recentered and refocused how we saw so many characters. Honestly, I didn't give a fuck about Katerina, especially in season 1. Even in season 2, after season 3, I was like, oh my god, like bitch, I'm so sorry. Like I feel so bad for you. Oh my, I am so sorry, love. Noah, like I mean the thing is I felt bad for Noah's death in, you know, season 2, but like in season 3, like him coming back and you see the choices that he made, it just refocused that character and you like, I'm so sympathetic for that character now. I wish he had lived. I wish he hadn't died. And like, okay, so let's talk about Adam. Adam went batshit, and it was really beautiful to see how he went batshit. Like, my boy really lost the plot, hey. Completing Dark, I kind of realized how there was no actual villain. The thing is, I just feel like all the characters were going off and like following their own motivation. Those motivations were understandable. Like Adam wasn't really the villain. Like he made some batshit choices. You know, even Claudia was going on about how like you have done some terrible things, but you know, it's understandable why you made those decisions. Like you don't know how this game is played. I don't think Adam really was the bad person. He was making some really terrible choices. Like, dude, not like that. Not killing your mother. Not double-crossing, you know, your friend / companion, Noah. Like, not like that. And like, even Eve, you know, like, Eve wasn't a bad person. She was just making some really terrible decisions. Like, I would be watching, and then after episode 7, I'd be like, no, girl, like, oh my god, like, after episode 7, I was like, I felt bad for each and every character. Understanding, you know, their motivations and how they made those terrible decisions and how, you know, the knot was maintained by their decisions. Nobody was bad. They were just making some shitty, horrible decisions. And it frustrates me because it's like, Claudia, you should have been there sooner. Oh my god. But Claudia, guys, I take off my hat for that girl. I just so wonderful, so good. I loved it. Magnus and Franziska, they're still horny ass motherfuckers. Love them though. It's so beautiful how when I say the casting was so good, the acting was so good. Like you could see, like when you look at Magnus, you could see the similarities between Our World Magnus and Martha's World Magnus, but you could also tell the differences so wonderful. And besides Franziska being like, you know, deaf in Martha's World, there was still a difference to her. It's just like, dude, like the differences and the similarities between the two worlds were so masterfully portrayed and so masterfully done. Like so good. I loved that. And then the final scene was so beautiful. I read on Twitter how someone was like, it was so beautiful how the characters that died and the characters that weren't really always supposed to be part of the knot were the ones that, you know, were alive, and There was some happiness. Hannah, guys, the thing is, I'll always look at Hannah and I'll always think that she's suspect. But you know what? In that final moment, I was like, you know what, girl? I really wish every bit of happiness for you. You know, in the two worlds that you existed in, you went through shit. And I really love and light, sweetie. Regina was there and she was, you know, happy and healthy and good. That queer character that I forgot about. I was like, oh, you're back. I totally forgot about you, but hey girl, hey, nice to see you. It was just such a cute scene. Like Hannah's, you know, like own speech about like deja vu and how it, you know, we circled back to episode 1 and how, you know, Jonas was going on about deja vu and the glitch in the matrix. I was like, you know what? That's what I like about Dark. Like the cycles, the circles, the circles. It was a bittersweet ending, but it was an ending where I was like, you know what? I'm happy. I'm crying, but I'm so happy. It is what it is. And, you know, we lost people along the way, but it's still so beautiful that it is like this. Like the ending was, guys, this was a perfect ending. This was a perfect show. Like the day before I watched it, you know, some reviews were already out and people were like, it's a polarized, you know, it is a polarized ending. And I'm like, how? Like that ending was so good, right? So beautiful. Like I enjoyed every single minute of this show and I loved it so much. I probably didn't say as much as you thought that I would say in this you know, in this review. Everything was just circling back to each other, how everything was connected and how we made references. It was just so well done. Yes, there were like 5 timelines and 2 worlds, you know, at the beginning of like the show. I mean, at the beginning of the season. And then when we got to episode 7, there were like 8 timelines. But it was still so good. 5 out of 5. 10 out of 10. A plus fucking plus to Dark. I really loved it. Wow. That's all I have to say. That was a great show, you guys. Shout out to my dear friend Erin Liners for recommending this show back in like what, 2018, 2019, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Time is irrelevant right now. Peace out, guys. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.